Unfortunately, the rate at which men in America are being incarcerated is alarming. According to the U.S. Census, about 1 in 108 Americans are under some sort of correctional supervision. Prison overcrowding is caused by a variety of issues, such as not enough room in prisons, fluctuating crime rates, changes to laws, and improvements to law enforcement tactics. Overcrowding in prisons causes many problems, which is why it is a serious concern in the United States. Once the causes of overcrowding have been established, researchers can begin to address the problems it causes and deal with them. The number of Americans in state and federal prisons has exploded over the last 3 decades, to the point that nearly 1 in every 200 men is behind bars. The tough on-crime policies and longer sentences that have sent prison rates skyward present a huge problem for states. Where do they put all those people? If there is one way to lower the prison population in the United States, it is to lower the penalty of drug crimes. Today, long and unfair drug sentences drive the federal prison population's unsustainable growth. Lowering the number of people going to prison, as well as the length of their sentences, would be the most effective way to slow the prison growth. There is one idea to inject more fairness and lessen the financial burden on the criminal justice system. The best way to punish the drug criminals is by offering mandatory rehabilitation, community service, or hefty fines. The drug sentences are longer and harsher than many crimes that can be considered more serious, such as bribery and extortion. Prisons and everything that entails cost taxpayers over $65 billion a year. Cramped quarters and an utter lack of privacy can lead to a high level of tension in prisons. As tension grows, the incidence of violence against staff and fellow inmates grows. With low staffing and growing inmate population, corrections officers and inmates are most vulnerable. Overcrowding and understaffing is a recipe for disaster. There must be laws that lower the penalty of small drug crimes. Instead of jail time for possession, a fine and/or community service should be enforced. About half the men and women in jail or in trouble with the law are in that place for drug offenses. The Justice Department would try to ensure that fewer people spend years behind bars for non-violent drug crimes, in part by directing prosecutors to bring fewer drug cases to federal court. When the case is heard and a verdict is reported, there should only be a fine or community service instated. Overcrowding is occurring all across the country. In California alone, prison population has increased 500% from 1982 to the year 2000. In Newark, New Jersey, where Northern State Prison is located, also has similar problems. The prison is about 500 inmates over capacity and growing every day. Most of these inmates are being held here for drug crimes, as New Jersey is the state with the second highest drug crime after California. California State Prison Los Angeles has a maximum capacity of 2,300, but holds over 3,700 inmates, 85% of which are in for drug crimes. Now that many states are lowering drug penalties, including Alaska, Colorado, Oregon, Washington, and even Washington, D.C., other states can lower their drug penalties as well. These states have been experiencing lower crime rates, and even prisons are not filling up as quick. This can be seen as a trial run and a step in making petty drug crimes not require jail time. Although all drugs are bad and illegal, you should be punishable by law, but jail time is causing an extreme amount of overpopulation in jails. Once the law on drug crimes are reduced, we will start to see a reduction in prisoners in the United States of America.